Hey everyone, this is Roberto speaking, and I am doing a review on Hasbro Transformers 2016 Platinum Edition Armada of Cyclonus. Now that's a 3-pack of Decepticons here. For those of you who do not know what I'm talking about, well, this has to do with the 1986 Transformers movie, and these are 3 of the characters. And in the middle here we have Cyclonus. As you can see, it's Cyclonus. It's very screen accurate. This is what very much what he looked like in the movie. But the use of transparent plastic is really cool, and they've done it with the weapon as well, and that reflects what happened in the 86 movie when these were actually being created by Unicron at that very moment. So just for a brief moment, I think it's meant to it's a little nod to that moment that they were being, created. And yeah, so the use of transparent plastic, it's pretty cool. What else? So yeah, that's Cyclonus. As you can see, he looks exactly how he looks in the movie. Scourge, I think the color, whoops. Yeah, the colors used, oh, he's doing the splits. Okay, sorry about that. So as you can see, the coloring may be a bit different. Okay, he looks a bit. I mean, the shoulders look a bit different, but that has to. The wings obviously look a little tiny bit different, but I mean, you can still tell it's Scourge. See that face there? It's definitely Scourge. Decepticon symbol. Yeah, there's no getting it wrong. That's Scourge. And that's obviously another sweep. This one doesn't have facial hair like Scourge does, so that one's just a plain-faced sweep. And so even though they are a tiny little bit different, it still very much looks like Scourge. It's definitely Scourge. And it has to do, why they look a tiny bit different is that they don't transform into those futuristic flying bathtubs that they actually transformed into in the movie, or spaceships, is what they're correctly called. These ones both transform into, this one and this one over here, these 2 sweeps transform into stealth bombers, so that's very interesting. So that's the 3 of them in their robot modes. Okay, so Cyclonus, his head, okay, it's not on a ball joint, but you can still move it from side to side. And as you can see, that light piping is awesome. And so full rotation with the arms, elbow joint, you've got wrist joint movement. No waist rotation, but I can let that one go because the robot mode is very accurate to how he looks in the movie. Legs can move forward, backwards, that far. So you've got thigh rotation, knee joint, and the foot can, you've got like movement there and there. So you can get him standing in all sorts of poses. So you can move his arms in and out, not that far out, but that doesn't worry me too much. It's still a really cool figure. The size comparison, maybe they're a bit on the small side. There's other Cyclonus figures that are bigger, but these ones, look, they're not that much smaller to the new Siege War for Cybertron figures. These are just a little bit smaller than just say Starscream or what's that other one? Hound, for instance. These ones might be the same size as Hound. They're definitely a bit smaller than Starscream, but it doesn't worry me that they're a bit smaller. They're really cool figures. There's not that bit much of a huge size difference. They're still really cool. So mobility with these ones. Scourge, you know, you can move it all the way back. Of course, they're going to hit the wings, so the arms will hit that wing that's there in the back. But you know, why would you want the arm to do a full 360 anyway? Nobody does that, so it's all cool. Oh, excuse me. So you've got elbow joint, wrist rotation, head. This one I think is on a ball joint. Yes, it is. I'm not sure why they didn't do that with Cyclonus. Maybe it has to do with the transformation, but that's okay. It's a really good figure. This one also has light piping. It's not as good as Cyclonus, but it's still pretty good. The wings, you can actually move them up, down. You can actually, you know, have them however you want, whatever position. The only criticism, it's not really a big deal, but I would just wish these would actually peg in a bit more securely, but you know, that's fine. I can let that one go because really, I mean, it's still a really cool figure. Is there a waist joint? Yes, there is. There's waist joint, waist rotation, so knee joint, ankle tilt. It's really cool. Move the foot backwards and forwards. You can do the splits, forward, backwards. Obviously, these figures have much better, joints than the G1 figures, which just had stiff arms, like, just that, and often they were out of proportion. So yeah, but like I said, they've got value also for a different reason. What else? That's it for the robot mode. This other one, it's very much the same thing, just different color. So now we'll get on to transformation.
Okay, so to get this guy transformed, first of all, we'll put the hands in. So just spin them around, sorry, like that. Now you can detach these parts like that, just leave it there. Now spin his whole forearm around like that, then you want to collapse this in, just like that. Same on the other side, so spin the arm around, sorry, forearm, like that, then collapse in, like that. Oh, and forgot these wings, bring them out, maybe you should have done that first. So yeah, they'll just tab in place there. And yeah, sorry, so it's meant to be like that. That's what it should look like. Same on the other side. So before spinning that around, we want to get these wings tabbed into place, and then before collapsing the arm, sorry. So yeah, once that's tabbed in place, then you can spin the forearm around and then collapse the whole arm in like that. And the forearm will tab into the wing, just like so. And that's what it should look like now. Make sure it looks the same on the other side. Right, so once you've got that, then what we can do is collapse the legs. So just leave that like that. Or if you want, actually just spin it around, we'll do it now. Doesn't matter what order you do this, as long as it all gets done. So you can spin these like that. Now what's going to happen here is that you're going to collapse the legs, and that there will tab in there. Okay, so to collapse the legs, just pull them apart, like so. Yep. And the heel and toe go back like that. Now this might feel a bit loose at the moment, but once that's tabbed in, it will hold it in place a bit more. Yeah, my only complaint with this figure is that it's a bit like, once it's all transformed, you'll get what I mean. You'll feel like a bit of looseness with the bottom part of the leg. But I can still forgive that because it's a good figure. So yeah, like I said, that tabs in there. It should look like that. Yep. So other leg, same thing. So pull these bits apart. Yep. And then legs should collapse like so. Heel and toe go in. So now you've got something that looks like that, and do the same here. So this whole bit tabs in there. So that's what you should have at the moment. I don't think I've forgotten anything. Nope, it looks fine. Yeah, so now I can show you what I meant before about this being loose. So as you can see, it kind of feels like, should it be like that or like this? It doesn't really lock either way, but you know, like I said, no big deal for me. But it could annoy some people. Okay, now last bit here is just open this. That reveals the whole nose cone. Spin his head round so it's not showing, and then close it up. Now with this, you're meant to like bring up this little pointy bit of the nose cone by you know, pushing it forward like that, but because it's so rubbery, I just can't do it from there, so I just pinch the tip and just pull it out like so. That's it. That's made from a rubbery sort of, I don't know what it is, but it's a rubbery substance, which is pretty cool. And there you have it. So that's Cyclonus in his jet mode, and he's got a landing gear at the front and at the back. So yeah, that's him in his jet mode. And you can plug the gun in there. So that's how you can store the gun. That's pretty cool. And yeah, that's what he looks like in his jet mode. Now we're going to get this guy transformed into that, because they're pretty much the same. So this will be the end result if I do it right. Okay, so remove the weapons. Okay, so what we want to do here, ooh, let's see if I remember. So push the hands in like so. Now this bit here, bring it out. So that's what happens there. So you pop the whole shoulder thing out, and then spin it around like that. Put it back in. And this can now close back up again like that. There you go. And I'm pretty sure that now faces that way. Now, same with the other side. You want to pop this out, spin it around, back in, and that tabs in there. That can close back up again. There you go. And then bring it down. So you should have that. Now, what else can we do? Work on the legs. So we spin that sideways. So same with the other leg. Swivel it around like that. And now, is that the right way? No, sorry, I think it's, oh, I can see what's happening here. He's got a, meant to spin his whole waist around. So, yeah, whole waist rotation. And then you can like do this. So once you've got that done, then his feet collapse in like that. Just keep that flap open. And then we're just gonna bring his two legs together to form the front part of the stealth bomber, and then boom, connect the two parts together. And now this, we'll leave that up for now. I'm not sure whether we do that now or last, but we'll do it last. Now this part here, his body is meant to collapse down like so, and then oh yeah, this is the part where we can tab all that together. Yep, it's working. It's all going smoothly. Yep, so got all that all done. Now his head can just boom in like that. So that's what you should have so far. Now for the backpack, sorry, for the wings, bring them out like that. So, oops, that can sometimes happen. That's kind of a complaint with this figure. The wings sometimes don't feel too, but they easily pop back in again, just like they pop out, they pop back in. So with this one, same thing. This one has just popped down on me also, which can be annoying sometimes. So ultimately what you want to have is both wings inserted, obviously. Come on, get in there. There. So you want to have something that looks like that. Now the last part of the transformation, yeah, so flip it over. So yeah, it was like that, but now we flip it over like that. And here at the back, you just see how everything fits in place. There's tabs there that fit in there. So everything should just fit into place really nicely, which is in the end, like the end result is really good. Once you get everything sorted, come on, get in there. Get in there. Is that everything? I think that's all. What's going on here? Oh, sorry. Yeah, make sure that these parts are well. Yeah, make sure everything's just lining up correctly, and then everything should just fit in place. That's it. So it should look the same as that. I don't know why this one's not closing properly, but there we go. Yep, it's done. So should look identical, or nearly identical in difference in color. So that's it. And as you can see with this one, you can clip the weapon on top where his head is, or his head used to be. Well, you can still pop the head out. Peekaboo. See, it's pretty cool. And I think he actually did that once in the cartoon, like in season, can't remember what it was. But obviously in the cartoon they didn't transform into stealth bombers, but those futuristic spaceship bathtub things. And I think in one episode he actually popped his head out and just flew around like that. It's pretty creepy, but you know, apparently they can do that. So with this one, the weapon, you can clip it on there. He's got, you know, a weapon there. With this one, for some reason it doesn't work. That's a little nitpick I've got. It's meant to clip in, but you can sort that out yourself actually. If you just shave a bit off the plastic here with a razor or something, that'll fix it. So that's it. So there you have Scourge and another Sweep in this pack, and you've got Cyclonus. What would I rate this whole 3-pack? How would I rate this 3-pack out of 10? Honestly, 10 or 9 or something. 9 or 10. I think they're great. Like, I think the good bits outweigh all the faults. Like, then there are a few faults, as you can see. Like, even the sometimes these feel a bit flimsy in robot mode. Like, sometimes they feel a bit loose, like there's not much holding it together. But the overall look is great. I mean, the gimmicks are fantastic, and I just can't complain about it. And something I forgot, you can actually store the weapons in the wings. So you can see I've already got a gun stored in there. So that's pretty cool. That's something I didn't mention, but I thought I'd mention it now before I forget. So yeah, there you go. And obviously I've got landing gears at the bottom. And that's pretty cool. And if you look at it, it doesn't look like this would actually turn like into a robot just by looking at it. You'd think it's only you know, a stealth bomber toy, and that's it. But everything just fits in well together. There's no visible robot parts anywhere. Like, I think it's well done. And this one looks like a traditional, you know, jet transformer. If you look at it, you can see that there's legs there. But I mean, it's still great. I still like what they've done with it. The transparent plastic, the gun looks cool. The light piping is awesome, absolutely awesome on this figure. So there you go. 9 or 10 out of 10.